Good morning, everyone. My name's Lorraine Lawson. I'm doing the race briefing for the 3 marathons in 3 days. I'm going to share a PowerPoint and I'm going to run through things fairly quickly, so you need to stop the video if you want to get some detail. I'll just put myself in a corner over there. So this is for the 3 marathons in 3 days, which will be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 9, 10, 11 July 2026. Welcome. My name's Lorraine, and those are my contact details. There are a fair amount of rules you need to follow, and I'm not reading all this stuff for you because everything has already been provided. I'm really doing a briefing for just giving you a quick update on track conditions in this video. So please check those rules and make sure you follow them. You must have this on your person every day. I will check that on every day to see that you've got the correct mandatory gear. There are snakes out there. I didn't see one, but Larry saw one when we were out setting the course on Sunday. The maps and the course description, I will have printed versions of that for anyone that would like a copy, but I have given you GPX files and you can download those course descriptions from our website as well. You will need to carry a fair amount of water, so make sure that you've got at least the ability to carry 2 liters. You don't have to carry 2 liters all the time, but you need the space for that, if that makes sense. So my recommendation is, if you're not used to this environment, you're in the tropics, it is hot, you will potentially sweat way more than what you normally do if you're from down south. So make sure you are carrying enough water. Make sure you have water purification tablets if you are going to fill up at any of the creeks. We'll give you the race bib. You need to sort out your own food. We don't give you a feast when you get into the checkpoints. The job of the checkpoints are to check whether you've gone into it, when you go into an area, and when you come out. That's basically what the checkpoints are for. They're not there to feed you. You got to carry your own food. So the race bibs will look like this. Every day you'll get another race bib for the 3 marathons. And day 1, we give it to you on the start line or at the bus. Day 2, we will have given it to you at the end of day 1. We'll give you your bib for the next day. At the end of day 2, you get a new bib with a new bib number, and that goes according to finish positions over the first 2 days. So if you are the fastest runner that's coming in at the end of day 2, you will be running with bib number 1 on the 3rd day. Hence, marathon people, you'll get your bibs at the bus and also at the start line, depending where I see you. The bus is sorted. The buses are booked, and I have a list that's been emailed twice. So make sure you're checking your email updates. If your name's not on that list, you're not on the bus. I don't know how you're going to get there, but you've had plenty of opportunities to get yourself sorted for this. On day 1, we will all congregate at Red Lynch Shopping Centre. This is for people going on the bus. A couple of people are being picked up at Crystal Cascades. If you need a pickup at Crystals, you need to let me know. I've only got 2 people on that list, and 3 people I'm collecting in the morning before in town and bringing them with me to Red Lynch, and then we'll get you all on the bus and go from there. Marathon 2, I've changed the start time to meet to 6 a.m. So maybe on day 2, we might get away a little bit after 6:30 a.m. But pretty much you get to the top of the dam, you get down to the bottom car park, you come up and you run. Okay. There's not going to be time for toilet stops and things in the morning. You just got to come in and go. On day 3, we leave from just outside of Gumbura Park. The name of the street is called Shell Street. Gumbura Park is often locked, so we don't actually go into Gumbura Park in the morning. But if it is open for some obscure reason that early, then normally they lock the gate. You can park your car inside and then walk out and catch the bus. So that will include, of course, the Cairns Marathon people that are catching the bus, and we'll leave from Closey River Road once we've driven up that way. If you're sick or if you're injured, you really can't be doing this event. We have an absolute skeleton crew in terms of volunteers. All right. So if something happens to you, that's fair enough. All right. Accidents happen. That's fine. That's fine. But if you're turning up to the event and you're not prepared, you're not fit enough to do it, you're ill and you think, oh, I'll just see how I go, maybe I'll make it. No, you're not coming. Okay. We can't look after people that are injured and aren't trained properly. This event is only for experienced trail runners. If you get injured out on the course, you need to be able to deal with that injury until someone comes to help you, which may take hours, literally hours. So if there's an injury, let me give you an example. If there's an injury that happens on, let's go Viviers Track, that's on day 2. So that terrain, there is no vehicle access. No car can drive in there. It's a 6-kilometer section, and there are very steep hills. There are deep ruts. It's very difficult to see underfoot what's going on. There's holes and things. It's slippery because it's been raining. So lots of obstacles that you've got to manage. Now, if you get injured in there, someone has to walk out to the marshal that is at Bridle Creek, because you can't go back. There's no going back, right? The second you leave a checkpoint, that's it. That checkpoint's gone. They pack up and go home. So there's only forward. All recovery is only happening forward. So you get injured on Viviers Track, someone's got to hike to where the marshals are on Bridle Creek. They have to get in their car because there's no mobile reception, and they have to drive to the highway, which will take them about 20 minutes. They then have to phone 000, who then has to contact the SES, who then has to activate a team either from Mariba or from Kuranda, who then have to come in to walk in to get you out. Okay. So even though it's only 6 kilometers or 5 kilometers or 3 or whatever for you to actually get off the Viviers Track, the actual recovering you out of that space could take 3 or 4 hours to even be activated. Okay. So you cannot come to this event if you are not prepared. Yes, accidents may happen, and we'll deal with that on the day. But just be wary that you don't really want to be wandering around by yourself. Try and buddy up with people throughout the race. You don't have to stick with someone all the time, but you'll find people that are similar to you and hang around and sort of make sure that you're keeping an eye on each other. But please don't come if you're not well, all right? Now the maps, I'm not going to go through too much detail on the maps. Let me get in there. So day one, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Just move myself out of the way. So day one, this first section from the start through to where you turn off the track to get onto Douglas track, I haven't even been along there, right? But that's a road. You can drive a vehicle on there. We can't get in. We don't have a key. We cannot get in there. Okay. So once you leave there, the first time you're going to see someone is all the way through the Barren over here, right? You've gone all the way through the Barren Gorge and you're coming out of the Barren, and that's the first time you'll see someone on Stony Creek Drive. So all this section here, you're on your own, coming all the way through. You've got to cross some creeks and things there. You've got to follow the markers. You've got to follow the map. You've got to read the maps that I've given you, and you'll come out there. Then you're back on a road. So Spewa Road is literally a bitumen road that you're running on, right? Can get a bit hot there during the day. And then you enter into Snake Gully, which is this section here. Now, we've done videos and things for you just to give you a little bit of an idea. I'm not going to go through that now. So if you go into our 3 marathons in 3 days Facebook page, you'll see videos like this one. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the audio, but I didn't do much talking, except to say that you're on Snake Gully, you're coming up that hill. So you're basically going to get to an intersection that's got like a number 12 written on it. That is, once you turn left there to go over the hill in Snake Gully, there's no markers, right? We didn't hike through there. Well, we did hike through there to check the course, but we didn't set any markers out. So you're on your own, basically. There's nowhere else to go. There's one path, okay? You follow the path and you come out on the other side. You go through a creek and then there's a marshal. You've got to walk a little section past the creek to get to the marshal. That's Snake Gully. And then once you see the marshal there on Closey River Road, you are on your own until you get to the finish line, literally. Okay. So from here to the finish, you're not going to see anybody. There's no one at the dam. There's a kiosk here at the dam. There's toilets there. There's water there, tap water. And you've got to go just slightly off the course to access that. But there's no one. Once you leave that marshal there, there's no one until the finish line. This section here where you turn off will be marked with arrows, cones, flagging tape. Look for it. Otherwise, you're going to end up in Cairns running down Lake Morris Road. Okay, so just make sure that you find your way. This is just a close-up. So I'll just get rid of this. If you come through the dam over here, there's a kiosk there with some toilets and water and stuff. But if you go along Lake Morris, you can see that the turn down to Crystal Cascades is not that far. Oh, actually, you can't see it because I need to share it. Okay, so let me just share this. I normally have the sharing, normally allows me to just flick between screens, but I've got to be careful now. So here is the Lake Morris Copperlow Dam kiosk area with toilets and water. And if you just continue along there, there is a hiking trail that goes down to Crystal Cascades. So you can see it's a 50 meters. So, it's like 300 meters or half a kilometer or something when you turn off, once you leave the dam area. So, you're not running down Lake Morris for 17 kilometers and going, oh, where's the turn to go to the finish today? This is day one. Okay. This stop sharing thing is annoying me, but apologies for that. So day one, we've got about 4 volunteers out on the course, 5 volunteers out on the course, and people at the finish line. That's it. Okay. On day two, everyone is meeting at 6 a.m. to drive all the way up to the dam, which you would have passed the day before. And we start at the dam. Where's the dam start? Here. We start at the dam, and you will run out and back on bitumen. Then you'll cross over the dam wall, and you'll go up this hill that you came down the day before. And you'll run out all the way to the fig tree. Now, you wouldn't have seen the fig tree. Just show you big picture so you can see the loop. So you come in and out at the dam, and then you come all the way to the fig tree, which you might have missed it on the day before because you don't go in there on day one, but there is a sign that says fig tree just as you come off the Viviers track. Off Snake Gully. At the fig tree, there's a marshal. You need to check in there. You're going to run around the fig tree. Then you will head into Viviers track, which is very deteriorated. Go watch those videos. Deep gushes. They've been in there and they have burnt. The rangers have been in there and they have done some patches of burning. So it actually makes it much easier to see where you're going this year compared to last year. But you've got to be careful because they flattened the grass as they were doing it. So as you're hiking along the footpath, you can't see what's underfoot. So if you've got poles, use them because you may need them. Be very careful. It's so easy. When we were walking it, we fell over numerous times and tripped over stuff and stepped into holes and things. So be very careful through that Viviers track. That's the worst part of the course. You'll get to the marshal at Bridle Creek. They'll send you down to the river and back. And then once you leave them, you don't see water again until you get back to the dam at the finish line. So all this way along here, and these are huge hills. Okay. You go up and then you go down and eventually you just go, how many hills can there possibly be? Feels like I've either reached heaven or hell, whichever way your attitude is on the day. So just be careful that there's not going to be any arrows out this way. When you get to this gate, you're going to climb over the gate. You're not turning left. You're going to end up back at the fig tree. Okay, you're going to turn right so that you go back to the dam. Okay, so look at the course markings, look at the course maps, read the instructions so that you come the right way. And then day 3, so this incorporates the Cairns Marathon people for day 3. We pick you up at the finish line here if you're coming on the bus, and we drive all the way around to the start line. You'll run out and back, up and back, and then you'll get to the fig tree again. There's a marshal there. Run around the fig tree and then to Copperlow Dam. So from the fig tree to Copperlow Dam, no marshal or anything, right? Just on your own, no water, nothing. Just make your own way there. And from Copperlow Dam, you'll run down Lake Morris Road all the way to the finish, which is in Cairns. Lake Morris Road will be closed until 2 p.m. So if you are still on the road at 2 o'clock, you need to be aware that vehicles are going to be driving up that road, and you need to listen and get off the road so they don't run you over. And that road is used a lot by cyclists for their training. So there's a lot of training going on at the moment for the cardiac challenge and things. So cyclists are on the road and they fly when they go down that hill. So make sure you stay on the right-hand side of the road so that the cyclists are coming down on the left-hand side of you and they don't run you over. There will be water barrels on that road for you. That's probably as much as I can tell you about the course. We haven't gone through for day 2. We haven't been through. There's a locked gate here and a locked gate there. We haven't been through that section yet. We're not going through that section, but the rangers are. They're driving through there either today or tomorrow, and they're going to send me a message just to let me know what things are like. So if I need to give you an update, I will. But on foot, you can pretty much get across through there. In a vehicle, maybe not so easy. Very steep. I think I probably told you just about everything you need to know. You'll see these pink arrows, and you'll see flagging tape that's orange and blue. Those are our flagging tape. If you see pink, that's not a pink flagging tape. That's not us. Okay. Someone else might have put that up. I don't know where that's going, but that's not us. We are the orange and blue. It's not, the flagging tape is not consistent. All right. So you might be on a path and there is nowhere else to go. You may not see flagging tape for a long time. Don't start thinking, am I on the right path? Where did I miss a turn somewhere? No, you haven't missed anything. We just don't flag like every 10 meters. Okay. So unless we feel like it's difficult to follow, we will flag more frequently. But you'll see these pink arrows and the flagging tape. And unfortunately for us, especially through the Barren Gorge on day 1, other people do hike through that area and they will take markers down, even if the race hasn't even taken place. So we've already flagged the whole course, and today is only Tuesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday is when we need the markers out, and so things might just disappear. That's why you need the maps. All right, you need to carry the maps with you so you know where to go. Checkpoints I've already mentioned, so I'm not going to talk about that again. Escape routes I've mentioned, forward only, so I'm not doing that again. There's very limited mobile reception. If you need to contact us, you can potentially the best way would be you can try and phone, but you probably won't get us. So probably the best way is to text, because as you're walking, as soon as it picks up a signal, it will send the text and we'll know, right? There's no water on the course except when you see the marshals at the checkpoints. There's no cups, obviously. You've got to carry your own water. You can carry your own purification. You can fill up the checkpoints if you want fresh water. If you're drinking out of creeks, you need to purify the water. That's the same, right? Just telling you the sections where you are going to have extended periods without water. There are no toilets anywhere on the course. So day 1, we start at Wright's Lookout. No toilet there. You get off the bus and you get on the trail and you go. Okay. You got to find a spot in the bushes later. Day 2, we start and finish at the dam. So there is toilets there. But again, when we get there at 6:30, once we've all driven up there and got ourselves sorted, you go, right? I'm not waiting for 15 people standing in the line for the toilet. It's like, we just go. And then you can sort out yourself later, or you can delay your start. I don't know, but people are just got to get moving. On day 3, you'll see a toilet that looks something like this. It's just a little, I don't know, little place you can climb in and you can do your toilet business there. There will be a bucket on the outside. So you use the bucket on the inside to do whatever you're doing. You tie it up nice and please close it up properly. Okay. It's biodegradable plastic we're using. So tie it up, and there's a bucket on the outside. You put it in there and you close that bucket so that the next person can come in and the toilet is clean and ready for them to use. And I need to take that bucket on the outside. I need to take that home with me, right? So please make sure everything's closed up nicely. I don't have anything else. So hopefully if there's something you're not sure of, something you're uncomfortable with, or something you need checking in, just send me an email. That's the quickest way to get hold of me. And I will try to respond. But I have pretty much given you all the paperwork you need already. In terms of the animals out there and the plants, don't touch anything. I yesterday when we were course marking, I got a couple of I might have had some type of stinging tree or something scratch me, and that was quite sore. So you don't touch anything in the bush, right? Don't fall over and grab something, because the lawyer vine and things is quite there's a lot of thorns and things out there. So read the information about how to look after yourself in the bush, and let me know if there's anything I've missed that you need more detail on. Okay, so I'll stop the video for now.